Okay.
Different. We just see, we don't know what is the explanation, what's the story you want to deliver.
I see. You mean the food photos or what? Any photos?
Yeah. Any photo?
We prefer for you because you are the food photo winner. I prefer to you explain the food photo lah.
My food photos.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah. Why don't you share a bit?
Yeah, just no need a lot lah. Just 5 or 10 enough lah.
Actually, he has more than 10.
Yeah, more than 10 is okay also.
I need to go and share the photo because I don't know how to go out and share the photo at the moment now.
Or we can go to. Okay, never mind. You share the photo first, or if you don't skip, you can go to next winner after you come back again.
And also maybe.
Or go to the next winner first after you come back again. Can. So we go to Eileen, Miss Eileen.
Yeah. Just before I was told this is more like a casual coffee chat place, and then just sharing some of my photos. But over here I don't show my winning photo actually. But if you would have any question, you can ask me.
Never mind. All your photo is nice.
Thank you very much. Basically, I just want to tell you the other side of me, and my interest into photography actually started when I'm doing my diving, who is my main interest. Scuba diving, I'm talking about.
Fell down.
Yeah, so when I go scuba diving, I saw people taking photos underwater, and then I'm really impressed because in the water you don't see very much in detail because of the light condition underwater. But when you take the photo, you came up to the surface, and when you study the photo, you can see the detail, the texture part of the subject. So that really impressed me a lot. But that time I totally naive about photography, so that is a reason that drive me to learn about photography. In fact, I don't intend to go into land photography, so it's the underwater photography that drives me into this field. But then again, I found out that other than underwater photography, wherever I go, I can also find the places where I went. I can also see the people, the culture of that places, and then I get to take some land photos as well. So when I show you the photos right now, it's a mixture with the land photos of some of the places I visited, but mainly it's some of the underwater photos that I will share with you. Just give me 1 second. I'm sharing the screen now. If you have any questions, just ask me. Yeah, no problem.
I got a lot of questions I want to ask.
We can ask how to shoot, how to edit, right?
Yes. Wait a second.
Only can ask one. I got a lot I want to ask.
Huh?
Oh.
A lot of questions I want to ask. Only can ask
one. I have to limit you. I have to limit you. Wait a second. It's already running. Okay. Where's my slideshow? Just give me 1 second. There you go. Can you see the photo?
Yes.
Okay. This is obviously this place is not in Malaysia. This is the place where I went to Alor. Alor is near underneath the Papua New Guinea side, further down a bit. The place called Alor.
Can you double click the photo?
Double click the photo. Oh, sorry. Why double click the photo?
Too bigger, ma.
Yeah.
Cannot, never mind.
I magnify it.
No, click on the photo to
double
open
click,
it
then
up.
become bigger. Cannot. They become bigger, ma. No.
Is it very small? Is it very small when you look at it?
Are you showing one photograph at a time, or is it this one whole thing is part of one whole page?
It's in the folder. All the
Yeah.
photos are in the folder.
Yeah, then
So
you
you double
just
click on it.
double click the photo, it will become one photo in the one slide. Double click.
Oh.
Click 2 times. Just point to the photo and double click. If cannot, never mind.
Double click it. Yeah.
Cannot, never mind.
Yeah.
Maybe your file too small. Okay,
Yeah,
never mind.
Yeah, you're right. You cannot see clearly actually, is it? Right. Okay. So this photo is actually in Alor. It's at the marketplace where I visit the marketplace, and you can see the way they dress. I was walking by, and then I saw the colorful. I don't know what's inside the sack actually, but they're selling some of the fruits and chilies here. And then when they look at me, they just smile. So it's very friendly. Next one is just a combination of the land photos that I capture. Just show you some of it. This one I actually taken in Alor as well, on the street. It's on the street. Yeah. So it's on the street while I'm sitting in the car actually. So right in front of the front seat, passenger seat. Then I happened to see this motorbike. 2 of them actually. They are trying to squeeze through the vehicle on both sides, and then they are actually carrying with them the live chicken, and that's how they tied up the live chicken. Did you see the live chicken?
Yeah.
So interesting how they transport the chicken. Then I get to also capture some of the how they travel in the motorbike, and then I get to capture the little girl without the helmet, and they stop in front of the traffic light. Yeah.
Alan, sorry
Yes.
to interrupt you.
Sure.
Okay, can you wait now. Sorry. I'm checking on something. Oh, okay. Okay. Can you reshare your screen again?
Reshare?
Can you share again? Okay, you stop and sharing again.
Yeah. Okay. 1 sec, please.
Okay.
Is it better?
Yeah. Okay. Now you try to double click your photo.
Point the photo and double click.
Can you right click?
Then?
Still cannot, right?
Okay. Why cannot see the menu? Picture 2. Can you try? When you right click, is there any menu come up?
Yeah. Delete, rotate, edit, create.
Or you can select the file, size file.
Okay.
You can do the select the size file.
I think you are not sharing your screen. You're sharing something else, right? What's the option on your screen when you do a sharing?
Let me stop sharing first.
You must choose the correct sharing. Otherwise, we will not see the thing that you see.
Oh, you cannot see it.
Yeah.
Okay. When I click the sharing, I see select a window or an application that you want to share.
What else you have the option desktop?
No, I have the PSPJ. The folder that I have the folder name on it. That I open it.
Can try that one.
there is two checkbox here. Optimize screen sharing for video clip. Share computer sound. I think there's nothing to do with that, right?
Yeah. Just start.
Or maybe I should go for advanced. There's a basic, advanced portion of screen. Give me 1 sec, yeah, guys.
Okay. Because sometimes when you choose the wrong sharing, is only share the window but not the photo when you do the double click.
Yeah, now bigger.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Now it's a full screen. Yes.
Is it better?
Yeah, better.
Yeah,
It should be like that.
Okay, all right. Sorry
It's a
about
correct.
that.
Yeah, it's a correct one now.
Okay.
No worry.
I know what happens now because I just went to select the basic. You should go for the advanced. You can see all the photos here.
Okay, maybe we'll start from the
Yeah.
beginning.
Sorry about that, guys.
No worry.
Okay, now you can see these are the pictures from the beginning. Oh, this is the one. All right. Okay. So this is the one with the chicken. And this is the one with the motorbike. I see the picture sometimes is running out from the frame, so I'm trying to correct that. You can see this is the one that this is in Sibadan, where I'm diving in Sibadan. On the day diving, the first day we are on the boat before we go out diving, and we were wondering what happens to the weather because there's one side raining, then the other side there's a rainbow. We hope the weather is kind to us, but this is a nice phenomenon to see. So while I was on the boat, I used my own camera to take this picture, so you can see the opposite view of the natural phenomenon.
Oh.
And
Normally because we go out the sea, we see the weather like that, we are worried.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. But then when you're underwater, there's no difference whether it's raining on above
Yeah,
or
correct.
inside the water already.
Yeah.
So this one is also taken in Sibadan. It's not in Sibadan, sorry, in Sempona at the ferry there. Before we bought the ferry to get to the Sibadan water village. Okay. So I mean, what I'm trying to say is, even if I go to diving places, you get to see some of the people, the lifestyle, and the way their livelihood. So it's also a good photography opportunity.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have you go enter the village?
Yes. You mean
the
Sea Gypsies village?
This is a village, right?
Yes. This is a village. This one is actually very easy to get to. It's nearby the Sempona where the ferry is, and they have a lot of this stilt village. So
is there any bridge there, or you have to take the boat to get the opposite?
This one is taken while I was waiting for the boat to come and ferry us to the resort that we are going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So while waiting, so of course we look around, and then it's very easy. You don't need to actually, you just walk around the area before the boat comes, and then this is, they just mind your own business, and then they just do as the life goes by, and then you just take whatever photo opportunity you can take.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this one I wait for the boy to. I'm seeing him walking by already, but I thought it would be nice for him to come to the middle of it. So.
Yeah, good moment,
Okay. This one also at the same place. Yeah. Before the boat comes, it's also the same thing. You can see the mountain behind, yeah, and the boat passing by, and somehow in the middle of the sea, there's a structure there. Maybe it's meant to catch some fish. I don't know, but
Fish farm? Is it fish farm?
I don't think so. It's a small structure, but maybe it's something like it could be, but I have no idea. But it's very nice. You know, you can see the mountains behind. You can see the water. It's not that boring. It's not just the water. Yeah. So it's not just the mountain but the boat is running also.
I realized the mountain looks like a man face, a head.
Which is the nose? Which is the nose? Which is the forehead? This is the forehead. This is the nose.
What's the name?
It's lying down. Yeah. Okay. This one is at the resort where I stay. I think this one is in the Sibadan Water Village. Okay. This is in the morning. I see the water village. They have all the interesting architecture of the roof, on the roof style, the roof design. So in the early morning, they have actually sun rays comes in, and then they have some actually the whole thing turns orangey, and there's some brightness here in between. There's some dramatic pattern on the way. So when I turn into more like a black and white thing, it shows even more contrast to me. I can see the ray of lights coming down quite clear, and there's another contrast pattern of the clouds, and against the interesting architectural design on the roof. So it's you know, I find it very interesting. So this is something.
This is in Pulau Mabul, is it?
Pulau Mabul, that's correct. You're right. You're right. It's a Sibadan Water Village itself, and the water village itself actually connected to Pulau Mabul, where in free time you can actually go and have a stroll at the village there and check out the livelihood of those we call it sea gypsies. Yeah. So, but most of them are staying on land now. Previously, they are staying on the boat. Yeah. Okay. For those who haven't been to Sibadan Island, this was taken in Sibadan Island. And you can see the boat. The boat here will be stopping by the jetty here. And everybody who goes to Sibadan diving has to stop by this area because we need to register themselves. There is a quota to control the number of divers in a day. If I'm not wrong, is they only allow maximum 120 divers per day, yeah, to dive in Sibadan. The way they control it, because Sibadan is to try to preserve the ecology system there, to preserve the marine lives, so that they are being protected, not being fished. So no fisherman can come in and do fishing in that area. So they try to preserve that area. So this is the famous island. They call it Sibadan Island. They have a cliff, a very famous cliff of a sharp cut of the cliff up to a depth of about at rough depth about, I don't know how many 100 meters to the sea bottom. But nobody will go down to that deep lah. But it's very scary. You can see from here. This is the darker color of the ocean here. That shows the deeper area of the ocean. Yeah. So this is a very old tree. It's very old tree. Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
So this is the children. They live in the village, and they like to have the makeshift boat. They do it their own, and then they are all not afraid of water. It's like they're born with it. And then you see this little kid so small. They just drag on him to come on board to play with them. There's these people, swimming underneath. The parents are not worried at all. Yeah, so they are like so free.
So when you shoot this photo, the water is so clear. Did you use the polarizer filter, or this is just UV filter on your
Yeah,
lens?
just a UV filter. Reason being, I try to if I go for one diving trip, my accessory and my camera, although it's not a DSLR, it's actually quite a lot. Including my diving gear, everything. So I think normally I buy about 40 kilo just to go for diving. Yeah. So to take a quality lens photos, normally I will bring along a DSLR, but the DSLR comes with a versatile lens. That means 18 to 270 Tamron lens against a DSLR camera body. So I can have a long zoom lens to shoot far and come near. So it's more flexible for me. So I just bring one camera and one versatile lens and go.
Oh.
Yeah, this is shot by zoom lens. So I don't carry the whole gadgets. That means I don't carry 70-200 or 24-70. I don't carry all that. Just one DSLR and one zoom lens just for capturing the land photos.
Oh. Yeah. So this one without the
polarized.
lenses?
No. Oh. Yeah. So you can still see the seaweed wheat grass down there. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. This one I shot in Timor-Leste. Timor-Leste, you heard about Timor-Leste? You know, the one that declared independence from Indonesia country? East Timor.
East Timor? Oh, not really. I have to search the Google map.
Yeah, for those who have heard East Timor, they are very much look like Indonesian, but the thing is, these are the local people. It's by the seaside. We were having a stroll by the seaside, and then of course we are looking around. My interest is always the people and their lifestyle, and their candid movements. That is my interest. So I see the child is having a good time, so I shot it without them noticing actually. Yeah. The same things. This is also in Timor-Leste. This is a long lens shooting. This person is quite far ahead, and then I use the long lens to shoot this one. That's why the sun is setting, it's coming down, the sky is getting dark, so that's why it looks a bit bigger than usual. And the waters here, on and off, you can if you're lucky enough, you can spot the whale passing by.
Whale. You mean the big whale?
The big whale passing by because they are migrating.
What's
at that time?
Whale shark.
No, not whale shark. Whale, the one with sprouting water on top of the head. You can see them passing by, but you can see the silhouette because they always float on the surface, and then they have the water sprouting out from the head. Yeah.
This is at the. Sorry.
I think a humpback whale, probably.
Some
humpback?
of them, it's not really humpback. Some of them are blue whale, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because they're from Australia side coming up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so this is another one also I shot. You notice that it's always during sunset time. Yeah, where the people start coming out and play, the children come and play. So I think you can see a lot of activities there. So for me, this is a very interesting tone of color, 3-tone of color, and these kids actually having fun with the bike on the curb actually. And this one I took in the early morning. The sun just rise, right? I have to wake up a little bit early just to see what are the activities they have by the beach. This is by the beach, right? So, and then these people are waiting for the fishermen to come by with their catch, and then they start looking at the catch, how many is the catch they got. And then these people are bidding on the pail of the fishes, and then once they bid successfully, they will bring it to the market and sell. Yeah, so these are the more or less waiting for them to come back with the cage, and then when they take out the fishes into the respective pail, and then they start bidding with the money cash on each pail. Then once they bid successfully, they will bring along the pail of fish and sell in the market. Yeah.
Oh, quite nice. Every morning.
I'm not sure whether it's every morning or not. It is the morning when I went and check out. I didn't expect this. In fact, I had a straw in the morning by the beach. This normally is taken when I wasn't diving. Yeah, when we finish diving
okay.
the next day, then I have time to wake up early and I have a straw by the beach, and then I check out what are the people doing, what are the lifestyle, the activities. This is the time where I can catch. And then you need not worry about your security because the natives there are very friendly. Yeah.
What language they are speaking in Bahasa Indonesia?
Normally I speak to them in English. I don't think they understand. They probably can understand a little bit Bahasa because previously they come from Indonesia. Bahasa Indonesia?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So this one I go when the sun rise a little bit higher, then I can see the flare coming out in between them where I normally like to capture this in that position. You can see this that they have an oil lamp by the boat as well. This oil lamp is they actually went out to catch the fish in the dark. So they use the light to attract the fish to come near the boat. So that's how they capture the fish as far as I understand it. Yeah, so when they come back, it's already early morning already with the catch.
Okay, interesting.
All right. So this is what the kids sometimes like to join the fun to look at to join the adults and look at the catch. And so these are the fish, they got it, and he got 2 fishes in his hand, and then he noticed that I was taking picture of him. Normally I don't actually ask people to turn around and smile at me, but he noticed me and then he turned around and smiled at me, so I take this picture.
Oh, this is natural smile. Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so this is from this picture onwards, it will be all underwater. So I want to sort of like introduce you to underwater world. Maybe there are certain things that you don't see it that often. Okay. This is what impression do you does this picture give you? The first impression.
You see a sea crab, is it?
Yeah. Very close. But I mean, the whole picture gives you the impression it's more like a neon light. It reminds you of neon light, the fluorescent neon, where you can see the lighting there. And this one is called the crinoid squat lobster.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a crinoid squat lobster. There is a claw here. Yeah. It is look like a crab, in fact, but actually the actual name is called crinoid squat lobster, and this is where they hang out in the coral. We call it soft coral, in the feather star coral. Yeah, but interesting enough, for underwater photography, the red color always is the one that you don't see it often, because inside the water, the first color that has disappear is always the red color. So you want to bring back the red color, you must have a strobe. That means you have to, like our speed light, you have to flash it. You flash it, then you get back all the color. You don't have enough lighting, then you don't get the color. You only see the green, grayish, brown, very dull color, and everything is blue. Yeah.
Is it at night?
This one, I'm not sure whether I took at night or not, but maybe not. Sometimes it's not, because sometimes when you go a bit deeper, so the light cannot reach. The light is the more to the surface, the light will be brighter. The light condition will be brighter. The more deeper you go, the light will be lesser. So when you take the picture, if you take a small aperture, then of course you may get a little bit black, dark background. A dark background, maybe not entirely black yet. So when you do the post-processing, just darken it a bit and the whole background will turn into black color. It's very easy to change into black color.
Elena, I always curious how you do the camera, how to do the focusing underwater, especially when you're shooting in total dark.
Yes, if you do need the light,
With
because
a
when you are
something like LED.
Ambient light. I think the camera is quite sensitive to light actually, unless the light condition is really bad, then you may need to use a torch, or maybe the strobe, the speed light that they have a focus light. You can switch on the focus light and then they can help you to focus it better. Yeah, but usually I don't turn on the focus light if I can. Reason being is if you turn on the focus light, you tend to shy away the subject that you're going to take, because these they are not standing still to let you take the picture. Yeah, so it can never be staged. Right. So there's a closer shot earlier. This one is more like a wide angle shot. The wide angle shot, you can see how colorful is the soft corals. We call these soft corals. These are the soft corals. Yeah, and you can see there's a diver here. You can see the some of the small fishes here. So you can see the scale of the abundance of the soft corals against these other subjects. And I like this picture because it's so colorful. These are the soft corals, yeah. And the reason why I also like it is because the lighting also quite evenly distributed across the entire soft coral area. Because sometimes the lighting is not good enough, you may get to shine a little bit here and then the rest go into dark again.
This one is a flash, right?
Yes, yes, yeah.
Is a flash attached to the camera, or you have a separate flash here?
The flash, look at my hand. My flash will be on the arm. The flash will be on this both hand side. One here and one here. I have two flash. So it's on here and here. And they have a diffuser on it. So you can see the area the cover is like that. And this is shine like that. So it covers some of the area in front of you. So you need to show it like that. Okay, the difficulty part of shooting underwater against the land is the medium in underwater is water, right? So on land, the medium is air. So when we shoot through a landscape or whatever, it's shoot through the air. So there's nothing in between. Unless you see smoke in between, then it becomes something that is blocking your the clear view. In underwater, they have a lot of microorganism or sand particles, sometimes very light, and then they come up. And then when you flash during the photo shooting, the light may bounce on it and bounce it back. So we call, then you see the picture will be something like a white or filled with white dot. The white dot we normally call it backscattered. So the positioning of the stroke also important. You need to make an angle so that you can avoid the backscatter to happen. So I also learned through from painful experience. A lot of you don't get good shots all the time. Yeah, it never be good shots all the time. There is always a bad shots. There's always maybe one or two good shots. Yeah. So this is also to tell you how colorful underwater is. It's different from looking at aquarium.
Yeah, it's different. Totally different. The experience.
Yeah, and I'm not sure, maybe you can feel that the diver is very free, you know, he's very free. It's nothing restricted. There's no walls around him. So he's free to swim around and check out things that he is interested, is curious. So this one is also another close-up shot for Blenny. We call it Blenny. A close-up shot on this one. And he always hide in between the holes and crevices between the hard corals. So to me, sometimes underwater photography is interesting in the part of when you do treasure hunting, because those subjects are not appearing in front of you to let you shoot them. They are hiding everywhere. So you are like with the help of the guide sometimes, and sometimes you are lucky, you get to find some of the subject yourself. So you find them shying away, then they come out and peek on you, then shy away again. So and this is how we try to spot the subject to shoot. Yeah.
I have one question. Normally, because you shoot inside the ocean, the current is actually moving quite fast. So how you fight the current?
Okay. There are two conditions. Normally, there is certain dive sites that have a current. There is certain dive sites that have mild current. Mild current means that it doesn't really matter. You can still feel a little bit movement in the water, but you can manage it because when we go down, we actually wear a lead belt. That means we have all the lead to make ourselves heavier in order for us to sink. So some people think that you do not know how to swim and then you go into the water and then you will sink. Actually, it's very difficult for you to sink to the water, against your belief. So normally you need to have to wear a heavy belt so that you can make yourself heavier in order to sink, right? So with that weight, you can also help you to do your buoyancy. So when you go for diving, the basic thing that you need to learn is the buoyancy, how you maintain your buoyancy. That means in the neutral buoyancy where you don't move, right? If that is in mild current, then you can manage it, no problem. But if in strong current, then you need to always listen to the briefing before you go down to diving. The dive guide will always tell you, here we got a strong current, very strong, up to certain stage you will meet a strong current. You look at my gesture, you have to stay close together and stay with me. So for safety sake, everybody must listen to the briefing first and then before they go down. So once they come to the certain site, they know already there's a signal, they will bang bang, and then they will signal telling you that, okay, this is the current site. They say there's current, then you have to start paying attention to your dive guide. Make sure that you don't wander out to the blue ocean. Otherwise, you're being swept away by the current. Yeah, so that's a strong current. So to take photo shooting under current condition, you need to stabilize yourself before you can take the picture. Just imagine if your body is if your body is moving like that, you can hardly do the focusing, or even you press it and then your picture will always go blur. So you must make sure you stabilize first before you can take it. If you can't do it, just do it next time. Just let yourself go and go next time you come across the same subject again. So don't get too stubborn and insist I want to take
don't
this
force
picture.
yourself.
Yes. So you have to let go, because there's always chances for you to come back or for another types of diving again. Okay, I also like to see the fish behavior, the marine animals, the behavior. So this is one of my lucky moments when I was diving in Lombok, in Indonesia, Lombok. This is a night dive. It's a night dive, and I'm very lucky that we saw we saw a commotion. We heard there's a commotion at the corner of my eye. We saw there's a commotion there, like the sand is flipping up and up, that kind of thing. So we swam there, and then we saw this moray eel is hunting. He's doing the hunting on the fish. So how they hunt? I just sat there, just observe the entire hunting process, how he managed to capture this fish, how he swerve around his body, and then in order to swollen the entire fish into his stomach. So this is one of the picture that I can show you here, where he's still biting hardly on the fish head, and then slowly using the movement of the body to pull the fish into his body.
Oh, okay.
I don't get to see this very often. This is one of those moment shots. So I'm hoping I get to see more of this actually. This one is the Motoki octopus. It's a one ring octopus. You can see the blue ring here. There's only one blue ring on this octopus. This octopus is very small. It's very small like this, so small. Yeah. So this is a very close-up shot on this octopus, and the octopus is moving. And when it's once it's stabilized, it's set, then we quickly try to take the picture. Yeah. This is all these marine animals are venomous. Very poisonous, so we don't advise people to go and touch it. Better no touching. Okay, this one I shot in Maldives, right? You can see this site is nearby a tuna fish factory, where there's a lot of tuna fish head tuna fish factory, where they can the tuna fish or whatever. I don't know what factory they're doing, but this is nearby where the factory they give out the waste to the seawater, to the bottom of the sea. So some of the fish is a skeleton here, and there's a lot of dark color triggerfish around this site. It's dark color. You can hardly see the detail, dark blue or whatever. So suddenly there are two bright yellow I don't remember how to call this fish. Is it angelfish? So nearby, so I really like to take them into the center of the picture and show there are a lot of divers around it also at the back of the scene. Yeah. So the fish are actually scrambled to go and eating on the flesh or the remaining flesh of the fish.
Oh, okay.
Any question?
So others divers everyone is shooting photo, or some of them just love to diving?
Yes, some of them love to dive only because they love the freedom. It's like you are the bird flying in the sky, but instead of flying in the sky, you're flying in the water because you feel so much freedom in the water. And one thing I like is in the water, I don't feel warm. I don't feel cold either, but you don't feel sweating. You don't sweat. So that's why I like the environment, and then you cannot hear a lot of things except the bubbles, your own bubbles. So people cannot talk. You can only use your hand gesture, your body language to communicate with each other. Yeah.
Oh.
This one also in Maldives. Why I want to show is I just want to show you this shark. This one dive during the sunset time, sunset to night. By the time we surface the water, is already pitch dark already. So when we descend to the water, we can still see the sun is going to set, right? So it's sunset time. So we're going down, and then with a little ambient light, we try to see some of the sharks there. This is the time where the sharks are very active. At night, they want to do hunting, so hunt for the food. So a lot, but then in Maldives, this shark is quite friendly. They don't attack people. The name of the shark is nurse shark, right? So they are quite big actually. So sometimes they are very too friendly until this is my first experience also. I didn't know they sometimes come from behind you and then they just sweep next to you. So sometimes you get startled a bit because you didn't expect this shark coming in. So since then I'm very alert already. I just look around left and right and see whether any shark coming by or not. So when the shark passing by here, I managed to get a shot on the diver and the shark just passing by over her head. Yeah.
Oh, quite.
And this is
But
how
it's
you
not
can
dangerous.
see.
Not
Huh?
dangerous, right?
Not dangerous. Yeah, not dangerous.
Oh.
You don't, people like divers, you don't go and provoke marine life, because if you provoke it, you are asking for trouble. So you basically just we are in their backyard, so we just look see only and observe. That's all. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you can see the some of the sand particles are up. I don't bother to get rid of them, because that is a natural way, because they, you know, the sand will be flip up, and then there's a lot of sand here. It's very close. This is another one, very close shave. It make a turn, and then she has a camera also, but she doesn't have the stroke, this one, so it's a bit difficult for her to capture very clear shot for the wide angle shot. Yeah.
It was quite challenging to shooting in the dark.
Yes, and one thing is these are not staged, because these animals comes as free as they like. So you just need to make sure you're ready to capture what subjects you want to do. You only want the nurse shark, or you want the nurse shark with the diver. For me, of course, I would like to have the divers and the nurse shark together. So I always make sure that I will look around pay attention on the divers, at the same time with the shark coming by, I will just take the shot. This is also in Maldives, where you can see there's abundant fish life underwater. So very colorful scene. You can see some of the red seaweed, and also some of the colorful school of fish in yellow. And there's a diver at the far end. So that is also one of my I like this picture very much as well. Yeah, it's a wide angle shot. Okay, this is a close-up shot. This we call it we have a lot of what you call it, a nudibranch. Nudie branch in underwater photo shooting is the love of every divers, because the nudibranch can be in the form of many different colors and different shapes, and maybe some of them pink color, some of them different colors. So it is really lovely. I think thousands species of them. So this is one of the nudibranch. It's a close-up shot. And you can see normally we focus on their rhinopause. The rhinopause is more like a tantok. You know the tantok, the two tantok there here. Yeah. Okay. You can see sometimes Nemo fish can be a few different Nemo. Some of them are very, very shy. They actually they see you, they will hide themselves inside the anemone.
Yes.
Huh?
Sorry, someone talking. Okay.
Yeah. So it's actually hide inside there, so that they are very shy. So sometimes they go deep inside. Sometimes they come out and peep and see whether you are still there or not, you know. So they don't dare to come out. A lot of them are shy. But there are also anemone fish, we call it anemone fish, also very territorial, where sometimes they bite, they give bite to your fins, they bite your hand, they want to chase you away, because don't come near me, you know, just go away. So this is how they behave. So it's very interesting.
Oh, this is they always hide inside the coral.
Yeah, the anemone, the soft coral, and the anemone fish. They are the only fish that can hide inside the anemone fish. Sorry, the anemone. The rest of the fish cannot. Very strange. Only the Nemo fish and all these anemone fish can hide inside the anemone. Yeah. This one I like the sea fan. The sea fan, it takes a few hundred years to grow to this size. It's few hundred years. So the sea fan for this size, so we are very careful when we pass by the sea fan. We don't intend to bang on it, so that sometimes the branches will break and then die in the sea bottom. So this one we are very careful on that. And the sea fan, for such a big size, takes a lot of years to grow this size. So I didn't expect to capture a diver shot in between here, because he was actually diving in front of me. So I was always at the back. I think he came around, he came and looked around the sea fan from the other side, and then he suddenly saw me coming towards him. Then that is the time where I take the shot lah.
It means it's quite huge.
Yes, it takes for sea fan like this size, it takes few hundred years to grow that. So that's why for us to maintain the coral garden in the underwater, we have to be very careful whenever we pass by that area.
This is only part of it, right? Because I think the lens is not wide enough to capture the whole.
Yes, you're right. Because it should be more of that from that side. Yeah.
Oh, that's really, really huge. Just like a tree.
This is another type of shot where the fish hide inside the anemone, and this anemone looks like a interesting float bubble. It's like a bubble, soap bubble coming up, foam or something like that. Yeah.
Is it semi-transparent? No. Or
yeah, it's semi-transparent. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. They have color here also. Yeah. So it's very interesting sometimes when you look at the marine lives. Okay, this is we call it flamboyant cuttlefish. I always like to, whenever they have this behavior, I really like to just really follow them and until they have this kind of behavior. They are doing the hunting. So this is the tentacles. It's like a tentacle, but it's like a tongue like that. But it's actually a tentacle. They use a transparent tongue and they saw the subject and then they just shoot very fast and capture the thing to their mouth. So this doesn't last, maybe just split second. So my shutter speed, if I expect this to happen, my shutter speed has to go very fast, very high shutter speed in order to capture this. Otherwise, you cannot capture this.
Yes, more than like 2,000, 3,000.
At least 1,000 lah. Then your strobe have to have a higher light density.
Yeah, high speed.
Maybe your ISO have to go high up a little bit, not like ISO 100 already. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, this is taken in Sibadan. This one is Sibadan is famous of school of fishes. So this is one of them. So I because they are so scattered, so I have to take maybe a few on the bottom and the rest I can only see on top of it and then against the skyline, the surface light. So make it look like more like a 3D thing lah. And you will see a lot of different types of corals. We call these hard corals. All these are not soft because it's hard. If your finger put on it, you feel like you feel hard. Yeah, it's not soft. It doesn't go in. Yeah, so this is like a interesting pattern. So if a diver swimming by, this looks like a better picture. Okay.
It's called a brain coral, isn't it?
Brain is more like a zigzag, like brain like zigzag. This one I'm not sure whether it's a type of the brain coral because it doesn't really look like a brain. Yeah. This one is the manta ray. It's a manta ray. The mouth is wide open. You can see what's inside there. This is the mouth wide open. This one taken in Maldives. You can see the background is black color. I didn't do it on purpose because we actually capture it during night time. We have a floodlight behind of the boat, and this the floodlight is like a very high light source, and it attracts all the planktons. So for the manta rays, they love plankton. They feed on planktons. So they see all the planktons in the floodlight, near the floodlight water there. So they come up, they come one by one, they come up, they open their mouth wide and do somersault sometimes, and they just want to capture the plankton. So sometimes you can see some of the escorts of the fish escorts on their body. They, we call them escorts.
This is in Maldives?
Maldives.
Yeah, okay.
This is really up close and personal. You can really feel it was just next to you. So I also feel a little bit scared at first, but slowly I get used to it. Yeah. Okay. So this is we call snapping stream. You can see this is only one claw that is this big. The other is not that big. There's only one claw that big. We call it snapping stream. And you can also see there's a lot of eggs here on the stomach. It's a yellow color eggs. So this one is this stream is with eggs, and they're hiding in this soft coral. And the body looks like transparent, semi lah, not entirely transparent, semi-transparent. This is a garupa. If you like garupa fish, I don't know whether you will see the fish and you think about food or not. But sometimes when you look at garupa, you say, oh, garupa, very nice. But this garupa is huge. It's actually quite huge because if you use wide angle, everything looks small. But this one, I capture it still look quite big. I go very close and I capture it without him knowing, because the minute I flash it, he's straight away. Next second, he's running away already. It's no longer like that. Because I see this fish was hanging around there. Huh?
Oh, nothing. Sorry.
Okay, sorry. So because from far I already see this fish was hanging around this place, so I just wait for it to turn in here and the eyes I can see, so I just flash it. So the next second gone, only one shot. And then this one is the famous palm-head parrotfish. It's a school of them. It's from Sipadan as well. And this is my dive guide. He was standing there adjusting his regulator, doing something on his gear. And the whole fish is heading to his direction. So I like to capture this as like a story. There's a story to tell. Like he's standing there, don't come near me, or I'm standing there, don't come near me. It's against a whole batch of fish.
It looks like the food for them.
Huh?
It looks like the food for them.
Food?
Yeah, they are the fish.
Fish food.
Fish food.
Yeah. But this fish is very funny. We call it palm head parrotfish. You can see the head there. There's a palm. So normally our gesture of seeing palm head parrotfish is like that. Palm head parrotfish. And then you see their teeth. Their teeth. If you see the teeth, it's all outside one. See the teeth here? Yeah, it's all on the outside. So when you get a closer look at this fish, the first thing that comes to my mind is I think you should see a dentist, very dirty, the teeth there.
I think these fish they're feeding the coral, right?
Corals, yeah. Yeah, they bite a lot of corals. Yeah. This one is the barracudas. Barracudas, they are forming they like to form a circular motion. They like to swim in circular motion sometimes, but it depends. Sometimes it's your luck, sometimes you don't see that actually. So this is only a small circle that you see. Barracudas, you can see the stripes on their body. Yeah. And these are the diver here. Okay, this one is a night dive. Night dive sometimes is very interesting is because the fish and everything is the hunting begins. Some of the marine life they're very active at night, only at night. So they come out and do hunting. So this is also my lucky shot. I didn't know this squid. This squid is actually already captured a fish, and then happened to be passing by me, and then I was taking the squid. I didn't know there's a fish already in the mouth. So yeah, so you can see how they capture the fish is the prey. This is a second angle of shooting it. And you will get to see a lot of green turtles in Sibadan, big green turtles. But this one is not shown in Sibadan, it's in Komodo Island. Some of our photographers, they have a photography trip to Komodo, where they see Komodo dragon and all that. We do see Komodo dragon, Komodo National Park. We also been there, but we also like the underwater world there. Yeah, it's very clear, visibility is very clear, a lot of things to see. So this is and this one is the seahorse. This seahorse, if you notice, I do a backlight shooting. Sometimes if the time permits, then I will try to do something different. But most of the time, I don't have that luxury of time because I'm following a group of my divers. So wherever they go, I go. I don't do it on my own, right? So that was a challenge. You either you take good picture, you don't take good picture, it's there. That's it. You just have to follow. You don't get lost. Yeah. So if I have the time, then I do something like that. We have the backlit, and then I shoot in front, and I use a torch to shine on the eye, and then I take the picture. Here you can see there's a bottle here, and you can see some of the goby fish, the lemon goby, we call it lemon goby. They like to hide inside the bottle. So this one was taken in Lembeh in Indonesia. You can sometimes see a beer bottle inside. So a lot of fish would like to take shelter inside there. And this one is the hairy frogfish.
Fish?
Hairy.
This one is a fish.
It's a hairy frogfish.
Frog.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. So you see a lot of hairs there. It's like a lot of hairs. And then this is the mouth, and this is the eye.
Oh. So different, huh?
Yeah. If you don't use the strobe or you call it flash to shine on it, the real color will not come out. What you can see is only the brown color, very dull brown color with your visible eyes, right? If you use the strobe to shine on it, then you can see this is the real color of the marine animal. And this one is the peacock mantis shrimp. And also one of my lucky moment where we found one with a lot of eggs. And this eggs is with the eyes forming. You can see some of the black dot in the eggs. The eyes are starting forming already. Yeah.
Oh.
So these are the peacock mantis shrimp. You know what is mantis shrimp, right? Like liu ha, they gong.
Like liu ha, yeah.
Like liu ha. But peacock meaning they have a different. One is peacock mantis shrimp. They have normal mantis shrimp. Peacock means that they have like a hong jiao color. They're very colorful. Peacock mantis shrimp. Yeah. And this one is the world's most venomous marine animal. We call it blue ring octopus. Blue ring. So you see a lot of the blue color ring on the body, right?
So if these things touch on you, it means end of your life.
No, but we don't touch it. That's the thing. That's the rule of thumb. We don't touch it. We just, when it run away from us, we just follow. Sometimes the animal is will be stressed by us keep on following them. Yeah. So but then you need to know when is the limit. You see, when the animal is too stressed, overstressed, maybe they went into hiding, or sometimes it can be like, they attack you. But normally they don't do that as long as we don't provoke them. Yeah, you just follow them.
Okay.
Yeah. So
normally they will not get near to you.
They hide. We found them, and then we have to start taking picture of them. In fact, I'm not the only photographer in the group. There are a few more photographers in the group, so everybody wants to take the same picture. So yeah, so you must have the what you call that, the courtesy lah. Maybe you take 3 shots first, then later the other one next to take another few shots, then followed by another one, then later you want to take another one, you take again. So provided that you follow the subject lah.
Yeah. So
So any marine animals, as long as it's underwater, do not touch because they are all poisonous. Don't touch them. So basically, you just take picture. Take picture only. This one, it has a very interesting name. We call it coconut octopus. Coconut octopus. Yeah. This coconut octopus likes to take shelter in the shell, the abandoned shell. They always like to put themselves inside the shell. The next photo will show you how. You see, see, this is how they shut themselves inside the shell. They will have the open shell, and then they shut themselves, and then they use the two shell to cover themselves. They hide inside there. So when I do another shooting perspective from in between, this is what they are inside the two shell. It's like being sandwiched, but they like to do that. Yeah. So this is a mandarin fish. Don't know what's the Chinese name called, but it's very colorful. And it only appear during sunset time where they come out to do mating. Yeah. So when they do mating, they come out lah, for both of them. Yeah. Otherwise, they will just swim around in the, the behind there. There's the hard corals. They just swim underneath it, and they don't do anything. They don't swim in couple. So when they want to do their mating, they will come out from the hole and go straight up, and then do the mating and then split. That's it.
Oh.
Yeah, split second. Very interesting fish behavior. And then when you shoot this fish, right, you cannot use your bright LED light. You cannot shine the torch, because when you shine the torch, the fish will run away. So you can never capture their fish. So there are some torch that have the red light. When you can use the red light, that is not invasive. That means they don't shy away from the red light. This is another fish hunting behavior. You can see where in this picture, you can see very clearly on the end, at the end of the tongue, there are a few rings there. So this is another type of their tentacles to reach out to capture their prey. Yeah, this is also a cuttlefish. And cuttlefish is very good in camouflage. Sometimes they can be colorful, sometimes they can be camouflage against the hard corals, very colorless. Do we still have time? I can close it.
Yes. No time limit. No time limit.
Yeah.
You cannot leave now. Everyone is watching. Good sharing.
Right. Okay. I need some noise because I don't hear noise. Everybody is okay. You guys doing okay? Am I still keeping the interest? Yeah. Okay.
You want me to broadcast some music or not?
So sorry. Apologize.
No, you can continue because the first participant is live already. I think he got something to do. Never mind, you can continue.
Okay.
He went to catch fish.
Maybe you go to shoot Mickey Way.
If you want to know the name of the fish, please let me know. So I'll try to find out for you, and then And
so have you caught any fish and then quietly take it back to the hotel to cook?
No, cannot. Oh, by the way, we sometimes bump into lobster. That is hide inside the cave there. So you can see the tentacles very long, just like dancing like that. So, but we see, but no touch lah. We cannot pull them out and go for lobster barbecue or something. We cannot do that.
Or you cannot hide in the swim in a dive suit, is it?
Cannot. Yeah.
I see earlier got one fish look like only touching pan like that, isn't it? You are lost track
just now. Not it's not chasing pan. I think it's a sec pan. Maybe it's not the chasing pan. Not the chasing pan. It's a sec pan. It's a big grouper.
Yeah, some of the fish very expensive, You should take some back and frozen it and then take it back here. PSPJ AGM, we can have some ikan bakar.
Wow.
Patrick,
I have to.
One is not enough.
I have to wear a Zorro mask in order to do that. Otherwise, I cannot capture. I cannot allowed to dive again. Yeah, this one is for me is a lucky shot, because when I shot this photo, I saw two goby fish together, and I only like to shoot this one clearer, and then I shoot this one clearer at the back blur. what I didn't notice after I studied the photo is there is actually another goby just right down here, the lemon goby. It's high underneath here. I didn't know. Yeah. When I do the shooting that time, I didn't realize that it's a small lemon goby here as well. So it's really a big surprise to me. Yeah. So interesting. It's a totally different. It's a same species of goby, but it's a different type of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So this one, guess what? What do you guess about this one? Is it what kind
It's
of animal is that? Is it a crab, a shrimp?
shrimp. I think shrimp.
Yeah, it's a shrimp. And there's an interesting name. If you look at the body, does it look like an eggshell to you? So it's called an eggshell shrimp.
Oh.
Eggshell shrimp. You will see a lot of different types of shrimp under the water, and this is their habitat. This is where they hide. But not all of them are hiding in this type of habitat. But for this one, he's actually hiding in this habitat. This habitat is a soft coral and very attractive purple color. And it make the whole scene looks very eye pleasing because of the color. The purple color. Whoever loves purple, they will like it.
Okay.
Okay, this is I don't know whether it's a father and son or mother and son or mother and daughter. I have no idea, but it's a family lah. One is a kid, one is an adult. Yeah, so we call it robust ghost pipefish. Robust ghost pipefish. Yeah, a big one and a smaller one. And this one sometimes when I take, it's also a stream, as you can see, it's a transparent one, right? But sometimes I don't just take only the stream by itself. Sometimes you can do a close-up shot, like you are doing macro shot, you do a close-up and have a profile on itself, but portrait on itself. But then for this one, I like to take the flying coral as well, because there is a current. There's a current. So there's a current, the soft corals, it's like a hair, it's flying like that, right? So the stream is like clinging on one of the strand and flying together. So this is a shot where I like to take the surrounding into picture as well. Okay, so this one is in Alor. I mentioned before when I dive in Alor, some of the fishermen, this is a traditional way of capturing the fish. So this is a traditional fish. What do you call that? There's a name of it, but it's like a cage. It's a rectangular cage. And then they place it. They have a rope. They have rope tying, and then they fix the position like that, so that the fish passing through it will get trapped inside, it cannot come out. So this is how they catch a fish. Or sometimes they even put down at the sea bottom. Yeah. So when we dive through, we saw some of the traditional type of the fish catch, either clinging on the cliff there or on the sea bottom. Then later, to certain time, the fishermen will come and pull out the fish cage and look at their catch. Yeah. This is also one of the stream in one of the whip coral. And you can see the eyes is actually on here and here.
Oh.
Yeah, these are the two eyes. The two eyes. Yeah, it's on the whip coral. It's quite a bit challenging to take this picture because the whip coral will be moving. So in order to focus it, also you must have a way to shoot from down to upwards. Yeah. This is the.
Wait a while. What shutter speed you normally use? Or is that
shutter
short?
speed. Okay, my default shutter speed will be 1/250.
Okay.
1/250. If I for stream like this, they normally don't move it. They don't seldom move it. So, but normally they swap. they also shy from you. But normally when they are more settled, you can take them, so they are not moving fast like that, like swimming away. So if you're not taking that kind of movement shot, so normally 1/250 is more than enough. Yeah. So for moving subjects, I think I need to make my shutter speed higher. And I always set my ISO 100 if possible to minimize the noise. I cannot go down below 100 because I'm limited by the camera that I'm using. I'm actually using a compact camera to shoot all these pictures. I didn't use the
What camera is that? Would GoPro be able to stand that kind of pressure down to that height, down to that depth? I mean.
Yes, but your GoPro need a housing also. They can stand up to, was it certain limit, right? 10 meter or something like that. Then they need a housing. They will have a housing on their own. They can go even further down and shoot. Actually, it's quite impressive, the GoPro footage that capture it. But GoPro is a very, very wide angle. To capture macro stuff is impossible lah. Yeah, for wide angle shot, yes, it's awesome. The video footage.
So what camera are you using down underwater here?
Underwater, I'm using the Canon G16. It's a compact camera.
G16 with the
yes.
with the housing is more expensive than the body camera, I think.
Yes, but yes, the housing normally is very more expensive. But the thing about underwater housing is the minute you get the housing, you are stuck with it. Unless you change camera, you need to have a different type of housing. So you basically you invest again. So that's why for me, it's just a hobby. I want to take picture. For the compact, actually it limits a lot of things. That means I can the smallest aperture I can go is only up to f8 only. Not
but
even
G16,
9.
the aperture is 2.8 to
1.8. 1.8.
2.8, right? I got that camera G16 is the last of a G series.
I think it's
there's no more G17 or 18.
I
G16
think it's 1.8 if I'm not mistaken.
1.8 to 2.8. Yeah.
Because macro stuff you would like to have the light is very important. The 1.8 is good. 1.8 and then the highest aperture you can get is only the f8 only. So basically I'm actually bound by all these limitations. I cannot do more than that. I just have to make you stretch the limit of the camera that I'm having to actually take whatever effect that I want to take, and it has to be fast. It's very challenging. So that's why there's a lot of bad pictures. And all you can.
So you have to buy an external flash for that camera when you go under.
Yes, you have to buy.
In a underwater housing, water housing for the flash lah.
Yes.
And how that flash will even cost more than the camera?
The flash normally 2,000 plus, if a good one.
So the camera is around 1,008, right? The housing is around 1,000.
Housing is more than that. About for nice housing, metal housing, I think it's about 10,000.
Oh, I see.
For the housing that comes together by the manufacturer, like the Canon maybe they have their own housing. That one is cheaper, few hundreds maybe. Yeah. But
so the housing for this one is only a few hundred for the G16?
G16, I'm not sure. I didn't buy their housing. That's why I buy the metal housing. But there are some, last time I used Canon S95. They have some of the housing. They actually, it's OEM or maybe it's under Canon also. So that one is not that expensive. But the thing is, the housing has a lifespan. The more you use it, then because of the quality of it, so it risks getting flooded. When it gets flooded, the camera inside gets flooded, you cannot use the camera anymore. That means you have to buy a new one.
So safer use GoPro plus the housing is very cheaper, right? Easier.
Yes. But GoPro cannot give you the innovative or creative way of how you want the picture to turn out to be. GoPro can only allow you to take the wide angle picture, the wide pictures, maybe big marine animals, mantas, sharks, and a nice coral reef garden, and the divers. Yeah, that one you can take. And school of fish. Yeah, that is also good also. Yeah.
Okay.
GoPro is
Alan,
good. Yeah.
Alan,
Yeah.
how many more photos you're going to share? Sorry,
I can close anytime, no problem.
Oh, okay. No,
You just let me know
I
how
just
many more?
recall that just now Benedict said he got some filters to share, so maybe we pass the chance of
okay.
yeah.
No problem. Okay.
Then maybe we can continue yours later.
Maybe a few more, a quick one.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Just browsing through lah. We don't need to explain all the photos. Unless you have questions.
Okay.
Okay, so these are the interesting marine life that you can take. And this one is the local people, fishermen. They can come down with their own self-made goggle and spear gun in order to capture the fish. This is also I chance upon them. This is a scorpion fish. They hide inside the coral. This is a baby frogfish, very small. If you look at this is my pointer. This is like 1/4 of the size. It's just very, very small. And this is a turtle. And the fish next to it. This is ghost type fish in a colorful background. I have a story for this picture for the seahorse because of the where it takes shelter from. The leaves looks like the wing of the seahorse. It looks like a flying seahorse. Yeah.
Oh.
So it's interesting. Okay, this one is a Nemo with the eggs. Yeah, the Nemo with the eggs. These are the Nemo eggs. Okay, so the eggs before the eyes starts forming. When you go macro shot, go closer. The eyes are forming, and when the eyes are formed, this is how it looks like. Yeah, so these are the Nemo eggs. Okay, these are the school of fish. Sometimes we come across, and it's very excited. When you see this school of fish, you will feel very excited because it's like, spectacular sight.
Wow.
Yeah. Like you can see how big this is. Yeah. Okay, it's about 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think that's about it already. All right. Okay, that's about it already.
The last one, I missed the photo.
What?
That one you show so quick.
Yeah, because that one is my. I just want to tell you that I have invited to take some pictures in Oman.
Oh.
That is in 2015, and it's for their Oman underwater tourism. So each of us, I've been invited among 7 of them. I'm the only girl with them. So each of us have to showcase 5 photos. So this is one of the photos, and this is the second one, and this is the third one, and the fourth one, and this one is the 5th one. So there are 5 photos, yeah. So and these are the divers that I've shot with. I'm the only girl there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about all. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well done, Ellen. That was
Thank you so
very
much, Benedict.
informative, Right.
Thanks, Ellen.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Benedict, are you ready for the sharing?
What do I have to do? Share my screen, right?
Yes, correct.
If do not just press next.
Thank you, Ellen. Just now, thank you for the great underwater photos.
Still got Q&A, right? Don't go,
Okay. Thank you very much. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hi, Shirley. Hi.
Don't left. After still got Q&A.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I gotta set up my.
Always hiding the photo. So nice
photo.
Got
teh tarik, is it?
That's cafe.
Hokkien Mee and teh tarik.
Patrick always want teh tarik.
Yeah.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. The trouble is, I was the third person to join this group, and Davey said, "Why don't I share something?" So while everyone was talking, I was trying to scramble certain things to show, right? And one of that is some of my travel photographs, as you can see here. Some were already submitted for the last competition. So I will just quickly run through a couple of them just to tell you, the background of my photography, what do I shoot. While Alan is very keen to go underwater, I like to be above ground. I like my 2 feet to be grounded. So I like to do things above ground. I like to shoot things like landscape.
Yeah.
I
The
do a
next
lot of
one, we have to find
traveling.
someone in outer space already.
Patrick, you be the first.
Yeah, you
I have a
follow
word
your
with
lead.
I have a word with Alan Musk the other day. So he's going to make one space capsule for me.
Okay. Okay, so very quickly, I just run through. This was already submitted, so I just want to run through this. As you can see, was during one of travels to Venice, and what captured me in terms of this scene was we were down in a gondola, and these guys was waiting for business. So as our gondola went past, I just saw these two left and right red color upright bars. All right. Then suddenly I noticed this gondolier in his familiar black and white T-shirt, and I have some vertical lines coming down and horizontal lines going across, and the gondola will tell the story that this is shot in Venice. So that was why I chose this photo. Okay, so let me go to next. I didn't set up anything.
Wait, before that,
Question, okay.
there's a shop behind him. Is that a glass? With a glass is a shop, is it?
This is a glass.
It's a shop, is it? Is it a shop there?
It's a shop. So these are reflection. You can see the reflection here. All these are reflection. I am not in a reflection because I'm on a lower ground down here, further down.
So the shop seems to be selling chandelier or something like that.
They sell, yes, chandeliers with candlestick holders. And of course, in Venice, you see a lot of masks being sold as well.
Sorry, I got one question. What's your lens you using?
This was taken with 2470.
Yeah, that's why your photo not impact enough. You use like 12 or 14, this photo will be better.
Yeah, because I was already having a 2470. I was on a gondola, and the gondola was already moving quite fast. Yeah, good point, Eddie.
If you this one, you use a wide angle, like 14, 16, or 12.
Yeah, if you're
this photo will be very good.
And you stand higher, it'll be very nice.
Because you use 24, that's why the story doesn't pop up. Its angle is good, just the lens. If you can use wide angle, 14, 12, this photo will be very good.
Benedict, you have one 8mm, is it? 8mm Samyang lens.
8mm is APS-C.
2470. I had a 2470 on, right? And I only had one body. And of course, this was a candid shot. It wasn't a pose shot. So, things were moving very fast, and I just snapped 2 photos.
Yeah, the composition is very nice. Just wasted. No use wide angle. Yeah, it's a good shot.
You can manage to capture quite clear on the subject, the person. Yeah, it's clear.
I think the quality of light there are not bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's actually very
just because the story, the photo doesn't pop up, doesn't tell a lot. If you use wide angle, sure, the photo totally do different. The composition already right already. Just the impact not enough.
What I did means, Benedict, what I did means you need to buy the new lens now.
I have the lens, but it wasn't on the body when I shot it.
Oh,
yeah,
it's a moment shot.
Okay,
Samyang just come out with a new 14mm lens.
We just chit chat only
Sometimes we don't have the time to
it's just that you don't have the time. And normally when I travel, especially with family, I only carry one body.
Yeah,
right?
understand. Understand.
Yeah,
Anything
if
can
we
come nearer
familiar,
the mic. Your voice is little
getting
soft
lower.
compared to other people. The sound level is a little low.
Is this better if I hold the mic?
Yeah,
This is
better.
better.
All right, I'll hold the mic then.
Okay.
Okay.
One
Okay,
thing just now you
next.
said they sell a lot of masks there, is it?
Yeah, you know the mask that they have,
Venetian mask,
Venetian mask, and once a year they do have a mask festival, and everyone wear masks.
Just before I came on here, between 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, there's one Dr. Robin Young from Singapore was sharing his shows. He took a lot of this in this, and he featured a lot of models with a mask, which is very nice.
In Venice,
so when you
that's
say
in
mask,
Venice.
it bring me back to
Yes, in Venice. It's now normally around February of the calendar year. But this year, because of the MCO and because there's a lot of floods in Venice, I heard the tourism there is affected very badly.
Yeah, I heard that.
Italy got the highest death rate.
Death rate in Italy, of course, with the MCO. Okay, next one. This was shot in Kathmandu.
But then you don't need to put the mic on your mouth. You just get it nearer. It's good enough.
Okay, this was shot in Kathmandu.
No, I mean you just carry like near the mouth.
Okay, like this, better?
Like this.
Yeah. Okay.
This was shot in Kathmandu. This is a holy man. He was reading, I don't know what magazine, could be a photographic magazine. So this was shot with a 7300. Again, it's a candid shot. This some post-processing here. There's a little bit of color on the left and right. I clean that up and make it to black and white, so the focus is onto the holy man himself. Any comments? Shall I move on?
Yes.
Yeah, move on. Yes.
This one you can shoot two way, either close, a bit closer or wider.
Oh, this one was really a candid shot. This was in Bryce Canyon. This is like a one-day trip from Las Vegas. This is not Grand Canyon. This group of family, I just saw them standing there right at the very edge. And it was
dangerous.
Quite dangerous.
very dangerous.
Yeah, very dangerous.
And I was shivering looking at them. I only had chance to shoot one shot. And this was a wide angle. I had on my 1740. So it's like point and shoot. Hope is in sharp focus. Make sure that the depth of field will take care of it. All right, so
this is
very dangerous. One step behind and they are over the other end.
Yeah.
There's I thought there's recent news about people falling and fell to death.
Quite often you go there, Grand Canyon especially, there's no what they call fencing for most of the areas, and I could actually stand at the edge to do a panorama if I want. So this was in Bryce Canyon, 1.5 hours from Las Vegas. Okay, okay. I submitted some shots that I took in this place, which is in Paris. It's a place called Montmartre. It's on top of a hill. It's where all the freelance artists will go. Every Saturday you go there, you have a lot of freelance artists. So I was with my 7200, and I was doing candid shots. And they are also friendly. I could go up to them, I can talk to them, and they can ask about my camera. Very friendly. So a couple of shots there, just to share that area. This one, this girl was posing for this artist and is being drawn. Actually, this is in color, and I converted it in black and white with a little tinge of sepia. Right, and I did ask her for permission. So I pointed at my camera and she nodded her head. So after I shot it, I just turned it around and showed her. Of course, she couldn't move. She had to stay stationary.
Okay.
So you do make friends there. This is another one on this. He's actually an artist. So this is a shot of an artist who's beside his frame, and I actually frame it post-processing. Earlier, of course, this was in color. So during post-processing, I converted it in to black and white, and I toned it to a bit of, say, cream color. So the giveaway is the head, the artist. So these are just a few shots to share because David didn't give me much chance. He just picked on me to say, you must show.
Sorry,
Very
my
bad,
bad.
Davey.
No,
This
no,
was
no.
also-
I think all PSPJ members must show their work.
So this also shot in the same area to give you an idea of the surrounding. So you can see there are many freelance artists, all of them with their own artistic flares. Some will paint with crayons, some will paint with brushes, some will paint a lot of flowers, some will even paint Eiffel Tower. I picked this shot is because this guy has his hand on the cheek and she is actually listening to him. And this lady also. So there's like a communication between these three. All right. So those are some the shots that I submitted. This one was taken in New Delhi. These guys were all pushing a heavy printed stationery in front of a, can you imagine, ivory jewelry mark? And they have to work so hard. And this is where they trade jewelry. So this was just a simple shot that I submitted. All right. Of course, you saw the one on the Taj Mahal. This was a recent trip to Taj Mahal early this year. This was a Chinese wedding photo shoot. The official photographer was on the floor and myself was behind and I curi makan. Right, this is the wedding dress, just to show it's there. And this one is a 70-200 2.8 lens lying there.
Oh, the photographer just left the lens on the floor like this.
Exactly, but his assistant was sitting at the side.
Oh, okay.
I have already cropped her off. I didn't like her.
What, any difference if you were to shoot it horizontally instead of the vertical?
Horizontal. Okay, this is already a very wide angle, right? This was shot with a 8mm fisheye. So literally, if you were to shoot horizontal, you see a lot of these empty spaces, and on this side there will be another arch, and this side there will be another arch. So there will be a lot of distraction. I wanted this to be focused on the couple, and the Taj Mahal is a giveaway in terms of the location of the shot. Okay.
Okay.
So that's just about it along here. Forget about the rest. Okay. When we first started, we were chatting about what have we been doing during MCO.
Oh.
When Alan, myself, Davey, and what's his name, Clement. So I'm showing you some fun stuff that I have put together. And these are the things that I'm using to hone my skills on the craft of editing. Okay. Simple shot like this. Again, Taj Mahal shot at about 11 o'clock at night.
Oh,
the moon
this is
was
nice.
not there. Put it in.
Oh.
Yeah, you put in the moon later. This is a very common.
Use Lumina, is it?
This is Lumina 4. I was experimenting with it.
4.2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job.
All right. So because it was shot quite late at night and it was shot very far, I was shooting it with a 100-400 telephoto lens. So it was very grainy, and all this has to be cleaned up, and all the noise has to be cleared and with noise reduction software. So this is one of them. Good job. You know it's Lumina. I'll show you another Lumina. Fun shot.
Oh, nice.
These are all my fun shots. Okay.
Oh.
You recognize our TRX building. You recognize
Yeah.
our, Twin Tower. You recognize that. And I
This
think,
angle you shoot from.
okay, we shot from, I think Patrick was with me when we shot this. Remember, Patrick, how long ago was this? At the top of the.
I didn't go there. Is it
Yeah,
another
you
Patrick?
did.
Huh?
Yeah, we went to that,
Kuala Kubo, is it?
what?
Oh, yeah. The one, My Town, is it? My Town.
My town. Then we went up to the rooftop.
Yeah,
Remember?
car park.
So I had this shot, and a lot of these were lit up. There were a lot of likes. So I had to go in and remove all the likes to a point that I thought it was like almost a silhouette, right? And then I used Lumina 4, put in the Milky Way,
Oh.
right? So during MCO, I was tinkling around with software, enhancing my skill and trying to take my, what you call creative to another level.
Oh,
But you
nice.
see your Milky Way seems very big in relation to that, because normally Milky Way you won't get such big.
Well, this is what Lumina gave me, and I use it.
I think this.
You can't reduce it smaller. Huh?
I think this is like another feeling. Like the how to say the fantasy story. Like inside the movie.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be
Galaxy.
real. It was a fun thing that I wanted to do.
Yeah,
Right?
as long you
Yeah,
happy,
good.
that's it.
Yeah, as long you're happy, you can try whatever things you can put. Maybe
Right.
shutter.
Okay. So after that, I got into other things. For instance, my Taj Mahal.
Oh,
This was a sunset shot. All right. Of course, the sun was there. Taj Mahal was there. But I put in a layer of filter in a post-processing to create this effect. And of course, all this so-called bokeh were put in.
mm-mm.
All right. So I had fun doing this. So this is not something you can go and see.
Yeah. You try, or I can see you try a lot of things inside the Lumina.
Yep. MCO, that's what I was doing. So when you say you
Good job.
wanted me to share something, I'm sharing a few of these.
Yeah. This is nice.
Okay.
Maybe next time you can show us how to do it.
I can quickly show you one now afterwards.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, this one is nice.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, this is
is
the snow monkey.
Japan.
Right? Japan. This is
Japan.
at a place called Nagano. It's about 4.5 hours from Tokyo. And when we went there, it was just after winter, during winter. So
Yeah, winter monkey.
very difficult to shoot them, but they are all very friendly. They are actually sitting down here where there is a hot spring.
Hot spring there.
Because it's cold outside, they will go and dip inside and they will sit
Uh-huh.
inside like a swimming pool. They don't want to come out because it's very hot in there. So these monkeys are actually in the wild, but because there are so many tourists that go every day, they are not bothered with tourists. They will come beside you. They will walk beside you. But we are not supposed to touch them. We're not supposed to feed them.
Okay.
And we are not supposed to hold selfie stick. No selfie stick. You can shoot with your iPhone or your Android phone, but you cannot put it on a selfie stick. That would be like a threatening them. They might attack you. All right.
So the guard there will monitor all the.
There are some rangers there who will be monitoring, and the rangers will feed them. So when the rangers want to feed them, the rangers will blow a whistle. When they blow the whistle, all monkeys will be coming down from the hill, from the jungle. And they don't care about tourists. They'll run beside you and go to the spot where they will be fed. And of course, there are different families and they will fight over each other, right? And some will protect their own family. Right? So again, this effect that you see here, I put it in. It wasn't there. This
Oh,
is
this
called
is nice.
texture. Putting in
Nice.
texture,
Mhm.
right? So I put in a texture and some even snow drops. You can see the snow dropping,
Yeah.
right? When we were there were no snow.
Oh.
All right. So I'm sharing because nowadays everything is possible.
Mm. But
Another
this is
one,
nice outcome.
right? Another one. Okay. Again, this Bengal tiger taken in India, Ranthambore. This is actually shot in the jungle, and then he was walking towards us, right? But I put this to show like as if it's shot in a studio.
Oh.
Right? So you don't see the trees, you don't see the so much of the grass. So again, all these are what I call texture blending, and you blend in the texture of your choice so that it has a different perspective, right,
Oh.
of a subject. So the subject could be animal, it could be a bird, it could be even a portrait, you know, shot in a studio where you can replace the background, for instance. Okay.
Oh.
So I'll show you this. Same technique. The bird, this eagle was actually not a wild eagle. The eagle was actually chained onto this place down here, and it was fed. And this was on the way to Kathmandu. We stopped for toilet break, and in one of the shop houses, this eagle was there. So this was shot about 4 years ago, and I thought of this eagle because when I first shot it, it was very busy behind. So I said, why don't I take it in and see what I can do with it? So I'll show you how I get this effect. All right, so I will switch this off. I will turn on the software that I did. All right, so I will reduce all this, and I will quickly show you how that was done. Okay. So let me put this aside first. Okay, so I just go into edit mode. Put this aside. So this, I give you a preview. Now I'm clicking the bottom here. This is a preview of before and after. Got it? So this was the original shot. All right, you can see there's a lot of background, a lot of distraction, and this is the metal thing that it was actually chained under. All right, so from here, I'll show you how I got to here. All right, so the software I'm using, top left-hand corner, is On1 PhotoRaw 2020. All right, I started using this software in January 2019. Prior to that, I was in Lightroom, Adobe Lightroom. I use Adobe Lightroom from version 2 to version 6.13 or 6.14. And that is the version that had what you call the perpetual license.
Oh.
So once Adobe went on to subscription, right? I didn't go on to subscription. I continue.
You change to On1.
No, I continue using the perpetual license up to 6.1, 6.13 or 6.14. And that was the last version that Adobe actually supported, which means after that version, if you were to buy a camera, like a new mirrorless camera,
Yeah, correct.
and that new mirrorless camera or even a DSLR, you can shoot raw, but using that the Lightroom version 6.13 or 6.14, you will not be able to edit raw. which means you have to convert the raw to a DNG or TIFF or JPEG before you can actually edit in that version. So at that point, I had to make a decision. Shall I go and do subscription and learn Photoshop at the same time? But to me, Photoshop is very, very, very difficult. I know, Davey, you're using that, and some others are using that. But
Yeah, a lot of people are using it.
I'm not a graphic artist. I like to think that I'm a very passionate photographer, and I don't want to spend too much time on the very detailed and very finite type of features that Adobe is very good at, right? And Adobe Photoshop doesn't have the gallery and the DAM, digital asset management, that I want, that I'm familiar with Lightroom. So I move on to this On1 Photo Raw 2020, and I've been using it from January 2019, which means I actually cut over from Lightroom. I didn't export everything over from Lightroom. I started from January. This is what I want to do. Lightroom. Forget it, cold storage it. So all my old photographs are still in another computer where Lightroom was the main editor. So in this new computer, I'm only doing On1. So quickly, I can tell you, if you have Lightroom, you know there's Develop, right? Develop has all this overall control, like exposure, contrast, blah, blah,
It's
blah.
quite similar. Yeah.
Yes. And you also have the way that you can have gallery. You can also have the way that you can pick color, 5 stars or whatever. So it's very similar. But what this has is, I think this is the closest thing to Photoshop and Lightroom combined. So for instance, let me just show you what is effects, right? So this is effects. So effects, you see on this photograph, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 effects to create this photograph. As you see now, right? I can switch off one at a time.
Just a layer, one layer.
It's like a layer, but it's not. This is a stacking of what they call effects. Right? It's not layer yet. All right. So the first thing I did was I put dynamic contrast. All right. I put in my dynamic contrast. Then after that, I put on my color enhancer. So inside color enhancer, you have all these things you can do. All right.
I think a lot of function inside.
A lot. So this is very good. I can right now increase the saturation, as you can see. All right. Saturation has gone up. If you don't like it, you switch it off. You see what happens. It's not there. If you think that color enhancer is too much, there's a opacity control, meaning this is like a transparency. I can reduce all the color enhancement or the maximum or in between. You get it? So I put on HDR because this HDR is very controllable. You don't need to shoot 3 or 4 or 5 separate exposure and combine. You can use a single shot and you can put HDR. For instance, I click natural. This is natural. Or it could be way surreal. You see very, very sharp, unreal. Okay? Or you can choose any of this. The one I chose just now was glow. So again, when you have glow, you want more vibrance, you want more glow, you control. Right? Everything is at the fingertips and you have an overall opacity.
I think we arrange a day that maybe you can do the full demonstration.
Yeah, so I'm just quickly going through the last two and then it's done. I'm not showing how it's done. So the main thing here now is textures. See, this is where the texture is put in. And how the texture is put in is you have to do like masking. This is a
Mm.
mask. So I show you the view of the mask. There on
You mean the
here.
texture automatically come out there? The one? Or you create a layer?
First, you have to
of-
mask it first.
Okay.
Once you have remasked it, then you can put any texture in there. All right, I
You
show
can
you.
change anytime.
You can change
No,
anytime.
like if in Photoshop we have to lasso the whole thing, we have to bring out that subject, then only
Yes.
put in the background layer. Yours
Yes,
here
this
don't
is
need to.
also in a way you have to what they call mask it out.
Lasso it out.
See, the
Okay.
black is what has been
Okay.
masked out. So I
Okay.
already put in this texture, but because the mask has already been set, right? I can change to another one. Right now I'm using texture 14 under my texture folder. I can change this to another texture,
Instantly.
right? Because the mask has already been created.
Oh, I see. Wow, that is easy, huh?
The
Quite
difficult part
straightforward.
is the masking. Okay.
But
So
then
once
you see your picture, the outline is not very sharp because when you put a mask, the feather there is not distinct. Huh?
So you have to feather a bit. Choosing the right photograph is critical, right? It's good you choose photos that have a little bit of feather, a little bit of backlighting, like the one on the tiger. So all that can hide your mask properly. Right?
Those textures, are they come in presets, or do you have a lot of presets inside there?
Or this program will give you a set of texture, and of course, you can find elsewhere. You can create your own texture. You can take a photograph and call it texture, Patrick 1, and you can put it in there. See, so these are all the textures that I have, and this is only under texture. One of the.
Well, that's so easy to change the background like that, huh?
It's not easy. You really have to slowly do it. But just to show you that once you have done it, you can change it very easily. Right? This is another texture. And anytime you don't like, you can change to opacity. Remember? So the opacity will remove the texture and reveal the background.
Just like you take portrait of people, it's just like in a photo, in a real camera shop or Photoshop, photo studio, you actually change the screen behind,
Correct.
Right?
You have to manually close the screen. So now if you shoot with, let's say, a solid background, any color, you can easily replace it with a texture. Right? And there are many textures available. There are some textures created for studio backdrops. All right.
Yeah,
so,
I think Patrick want to attend your class already.
No lah, I'm all a beginner lah. So after that,
I just kidding. Yeah.
Vignette. Everybody loves vignette, right? So I put in a vignette lah, and where the vignette goes, you can see lah. See, right? And this vignette, you can place it where you want. Right? I can place it up there. Hang on a minute. I got to choose this. I can. It's not very good, so I got to do it more obvious lah. So the vignette can be placed up here where the bird is. No, it's not doing it. It's possible.
It's like the spotlight.
Exactly. So, all this is done under effects. Remember, there are many effects you can stack on. You see, there are about 40 effects here. It's something like Lumina. If you're familiar with Lumina, Lumina also give you 24 effects. And these are all the effects you can keep stacking. So again, if you want to stack another effect, you just add it, choose what you want. Suddenly you say, I want to do black and white. Right? So you have a black and white on top of everything already.
Understand.
Right? And of course, your black and white, you can do whatever you want with it. Right? Okay. So right now, I say I don't want black and white. I remove off the effects. So I got back to what I want. So develop effects and local. In this, I have 2 local adjustment. Okay. This adjustment is to paint some brightness on top of the eye, on the head. So let's say I remove the adjustment. You see? Again, look at the head. You see?
The adjustment you use brush to brush, isn't
Yes,
it?
that's a brush.
Okay.
So this one has a lot of local brushes. It has masking on the left here. You can see. All right. And you have also the gradual toner
Oh, there's a lot.
or graduated.
Basically, they have the functionality of other software as well. Like
Yeah. So Lightroom is in here.
Yeah.
So like this adjustment, this is a graduated adjustment that was put at the bottom. So, you know, there, this is like a graduated thing, you know, in Lightroom, you also have that.
Yeah.
So you just place it where you want, you fiddle around with it. And at the end of the day, you know, you create a new photo. All right. So that's all I want to share to show you, you know, that things are possible. When I first started getting into photography, it's like people say, you must shoot everything and snap the photo in camera, finish, done, no more. All right. If you were to go and put it into a post-processing, you are not an accomplished photographer. All right. That was 15 years ago. All right.
Well, you never know in future what you're going to do with your
exactly.
photo. Yeah.
Because now AI technology is here. You look at Lumina AI sky replacement, it is so efficient, you won't believe it's so easily done. All right, so this is what I've been playing with. So at the end of the day, this is a new photo and the original is still there, just like in Lightroom. Your original is not overwritten. All right.
Hopefully in future, maybe you can like do some preparation. We arrange a sharing session for especially for you.
I can do this,
Yes,
going through the layout and what everything does, because I'm getting to a point I'm pretty
don't tell
familiar
people too much. Let them has a mysteries what you're going to share.
So this ON1 is a one-off purchase thing, no subscription, I think.
Okay, ON1 Photo RAW is what they claim is a one-off purchase, but every year they will come up with additional features that they will want to whet your appetite to upgrade. Right? So, for instance, every year around September, they will add in a ton of new feature that you say, yeah, I want that, I want that, I want that. So you will always end up paying for the upgrade. You can go this one, ON1 Photo RAW. Just top left-hand corner. Just go and Google for ON1 Photo RAW. And you will have a ton of information. What I like about ON1 Photo RAW is there are many free tutorials. Literally, all the time you get free tutorials. Some are for VIP, what you call subscription. Most of it is readily available and it's a ton of information that you can learn. So, which is why I learn everything literally from a lot of tutorials, right? I don't have a master I can go through here in KL, all right? So all that I've learned is sometimes I have to pay for the tutorials, but most of the time it's free, okay? Just to give you an idea what is happening to ON1 Photo RAW. This is a online subscription payment for photographers. They don't appoint any distributor to sell. So you buy directly from US online, right? And they will give you a license after you have paid. That license allows you to install into 5 computers, including Mac.
Computer.
5. One license, 5, you know?
So every time different, huh?
Exactly. So every time you install, it checks for your password. And they validate your password, they authorize you up to 5.
Okay, I think the Patrick can consider.
No, I don't have to go on anymore.
Okay, all 5 of us buy one and all 5 can share.
Well, you can do whatever you want.
Have to learn from scratch again.
But it's a very interesting software.
But okay, when you export, can you export to Lightroom? It still works. The image you can still, when you export to Lightroom. Can
Yes,
still manipulate with the image.
you can export any finished, image, and Lightroom should be able to read it because you can export as a TIFF file, DNG file, JPEG file that you can open in Lightroom.
But I think the Lightroom, what we have inside the Lightroom, this on one software also have it. Is that correct?
What inside Lightroom you have?
No, the function and features inside Lightroom is actually the on one actually have it. Is that correct?
And more. On one,
And
I
more.
would say have more.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Right, because on one has layers. And
Oh,
Lightroom don't have
don't have.
layers. Right.
Okay,
Right.
understand.
All right.
Okay, I think
So
this
that's it
today,
during
yeah,
tonight,
today
right?
we are really thankful to have Alan Hui. He's sharing a lot of photos, and also Clement Paul. Too bad he's leaving too soon. Okay, so
Yeah, got question to ask.
don't know.
So now we have
Anyone
underwater.
will
Now
ask
we have
question?
now we have underwater, above water. Maybe we could get Go Bunyan to tell us the skies. Maybe next one you should invite Go Bunyan to talk about the sky.
Maybe underground. Any underground.
Then okay, and go to Suan Lembing, go underground to take those photographs. So undersea, underground, above ground, and over sky.
Beyond the edge.
Photography.
So
we cover
this,
everything.
Why
so few people? We must advertise this. I said whoever sign up, we give them $5 to join in.
No, Patrick. Actually, this is new. A lot of people still not understand what is about this.
So you are recording this. You post it into PSPJ Facebook lah, so people will know.
No,
you will find value in it.
A lot of people will watch this.
Yeah.
But
so whoever take part, we give them a point system lah. If they score 100 points, we give them $1. You know now Shutterstock, the price now is $1 per. If someone take your photo, they only pay you 10 cents USD. You know.
Really?
Shutterstock. There was a hue and cry now over it. They reduce the price. Shutterstock.
Actually, okay. Let me see. Hey, guys, we have questions from the audience. Wow, a lot of comment. I didn't realize until now.
Oh, this audience, how many people are viewing it?
Let me see.
I think now there are 10 participants still active.
Is it? So who's the one? A wise guy is asking.
Give me a while. I try to read it. Just go and ask what software is this? I think just now you already mentioned.
Okay. When one, I tell him again in case he miss it.
How to read the name of the software? On one or N1?
On one.
On ON is on.
On. On switch on, switch off.
On one.
Yeah.
Photo raw.
Oh, okay.
On one photo raw.
On one photo raw.
Well, I learned so many software. My computer have to increase the partition size. Too many software to download.
Right, there's another point on one compared with Lightroom.
Benedict, your mic.
Yeah. Lightroom, you have to import your files before Lightroom can read it as a catalog, right? Yeah. Whereas on one, no such thing. You put your files anywhere you want, from the cloud to your USB external drive to your internal drive, or even on your CF card. You can read it immediately and start editing.
Oh, okay.
That's the powerful
thing. So we don't need to import into the software.
Don't need to import. That's the beauty of it.
Oh, that's nice.
Very convenient. So it's like you want look at the catalogs here. You can go to your desktop. You can connect your camera. You can go to a favorite sync folder. You can go here to your local drives. Could be anywhere. right? That you have in your computer that's connected. And because you don't need to have a catalog to track all your photos, all your information is in actually one folder. Let me just open one folder to show you fun stuff. No, I don't have it here. Okay, this one, for instance, you see, this is a folder that I have. So if
Benedict, sorry, sorry interrupt. I think you haven't shared your screen.
Oh yeah, that's why I look for my screen first.
Okay.
One quick one, sorry. Where am I? Where am I? Where's my screen to share?
After you press the share screen, you have the option. You just click on the, I think it's a desktop or your name.
No, I can't find the share screen. Okay.
It's bottom of our chat room.
I can find Alan. Alan is permanently on my screen.
Oh no!
Oh no!
It's going to be nightmare for you.
No, not really.
No,
so.
not nightmare. I'll be diving.
Last time we actually went island hopping to all the photograph the children, naked children, when we went to Sempona, to all the island many years ago.
Was it a
the
good
water very clear. Huh?
Good experience?
Water, yeah. No, I didn't go underwater. I'm always above water.
Yeah.
When we stay with that Dragon Inn Hotel, is on the fronting the sea on, so the boat come and fetch us there. Go drive in between the two block of rooms, and then we jump in, and then we go. I think there are 5 islands there. 5 islands.
Patrick.
Sorry, I cannot find the share screen already.
Oh, never mind.
You pull down your mouse, then you will see the thing will appear.
I see Zoom now.
Never mind.
No worry.
We give you a special session.
Yeah, we arrange for you. Tonight, I think tonight, because you're sharing, like suddenly, a lot of people don't know, so we arrange another session for you.
Slowly let everybody get familiar, and then then everybody will log in at the same time.
Yeah, we're quite thankful for your sharing. I think there's a more artwork you want to share to people.
No,
by the way, how long you spend in Taj Mahal? Last time we went on a tour, at most 1-2 hours, and then we have to leave already. It seems you spend a lot of time in the Taj Mahal.
Okay, Taj Mahal, we actually only stayed one night there. So on the day
inside the Taj Mahal compound?
No, not in the compound. You can't stay in there. So we stayed outside. So when we arrived in Agra, isn't it? We actually went to the back of Taj Mahal where there's a stream, a river.
River there, right?
And there's hardly any river, but we went there with the intention of shooting the sunset. So we shot the sunset, all right? And then we checked into the hotel, and then we went out to shoot Taj Mahal at night. Normally, there's only 5 nights a month where there's full moon. 5 nights. All right. During the 5 nights, they will allow you to buy a ticket and go into the grounds of the Taj Mahal, and you're given half an hour to shoot. If you stay more than half an hour, you come out, you have to pay double. That means you exceeded your time. So we didn't arrive during the 5 days. It was 2 days before the first of the 5 days. So we didn't get to shoot the moon. Right. So that night we shot from far the silhouette of the Taj. Next morning, 7 o'clock, we went there to check in for the sunrise.
I see.
So
early they allow you in. Last time we went there, they don't allow us in to go so early.
You buy the ticket at 7, and 7:30 the gates open.
Okay.
All right. And again, you're given only, I think, 3 hours. So we came out after the 3 hours, and my tourist guide had to pay a penalty.
Wow.
see.
Oh, okay,
So we only stayed one night.
okay.
Mm.
This is a tips everyone need to remember. If
Yeah,
So
go-
you never go to one of the castle where you
Uh,
use elephant to go up one? There's one.
Yes,
fort,
we
is
went
it?
to that castle, but we drove
Ah,
up
fort.
on
Oh,
a
you
jeep.
drove up, ah?
We didn't want to
Oh.
sit on the elephant. So
Oh.
we were driven up in a jeep. I went down and I shot people coming up on the elephant.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
But it's quite fun to ride in the elephant, though. Although they start shooting away
Wow.
all the way up.
Yeah, it's quite a long ride, you know, and it's uphill and it's downhill, right?
Mm.
Patrick,
Yeah.
making everyone want to go traveling again.
No,
Now we cannot
India
travel.
normally they go to Delhi, Agra, and use a triangle.
Jaipur, lah, Jaipur.
Jaipur. Yeah.
Mm.
I hopefully tonight everyone can go to travel together lah. Later when we
No, you can go
have a
tonight
game.
very easy. Just go to YouTube. You ask for Jaipur, Agra, Delhi. Or no need to waste your time taking there the photograph. Just go to YouTube. You can find it all already.
Okay, I meet you in dreams. We go travel
Okay.
together.
No,
Okay,
no,
I
you
think,
don't want to go
tonight,
India now.
yeah.
In India now, the virus is spreading very fast.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Better stay
No,
at home,
right now the government is if you look at today's paper, they don't even I mean they are not encouraging social distancing. The bus can be full, LRT can be full, train can be full, aeroplane can also have full capacity. Can be very risky.
Very, very. Yeah.
You never know, some of the guys sitting next to you is
Yeah.
asymptomatic.
Yeah, you don't want to go and arrive in a destination and you have to be quarantined for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, I think
I don't-
Benedict, you since you have a lot of travel photo, I think next time
No,
the
my
arrangement,
hard disk jam
you do
already
a
lah.
sharing. Yeah, you do a sharing.
My hard
Okay.
disk gone
Okay.
already lah.
I think Patrick also got some photo to share, right?
Patrick also has a lot.
Have a
No,
lot.
I
Don't
don't.
hide. Don't
But
hide.
to check one recently, I hope my hard disk works lah.
No, I give you few weeks to do a preparation.
Oh.
This is compulsory.
Committee
Okay.
members go first, right?
Yes. Okay. I think we come to the end since this is now already
Okay lah.
11:30. Okay.
We go SS2 Medan Selera now lah.
Yeah. We didn't
Okay.
expect to
Okay,
have
okay.
so much sharing. Okay.
Right.
So I will call the end. So thank you everyone for.
So meet
Thank
you at the
you.
durian shop in SS2 now lah.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
you,
Thank you, everybody.
everyone.
Good night.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Bye,
Thank you.
guys.
Bye.
Okay.
Good night.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you. Okay. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
So really thank you, Alan and Clement, for do a sharing, and also surprisingly Benedict to do a sharing today.
Oh,
Tonight.
good job. Last
Yeah,
minute,
good job.
see. Ever
Surprise.
ready,
This is surprise. That's why you must join this channel. A lot of surprising elements.
Yeah, this is an exciting channel. Soon we'll be getting people to advertise on this channel also.
Yeah. Benedict, how do you feel about this online hangout session?
Very good. In between, we should insert in some advertisement. Ask Canon, Fuji, Olympus.
Benedict, the mic, I cannot hear you.
It's very good, very informal, and you know, if all of us try to keep it as short as possible and not too long, then we have more chances of everybody, you know, chipping in as well.
Really
This one is-
enjoy it.
This one is a chit-chat
Chit-chat.
forum.
I think if inside the coffee house, we can talk more until morning.
Yeah. Then you have a PA system and a projector lah.
Wow. Okay.
So that
Oh,
everyone
Patrick.
in the coffee shop coffee house can see all our photos. Share with everybody in the coffee house.
That's good.
So have we start looking for the place for the AGM? We have to start
No.
looking already.
That's a different topic. Tonight we enjoy photo.
That was the
Photo
afternoon's
sharing.
topic, and it went
Yeah.
for about 20 pages, I think.
You must follow the PSPJ official page for the announcement.
Okay.
Okay, so I called you the end. I'll end this meeting. Okay, the
Okay.
hangout session. Okay.
You want to stand for
Good night,
Negara Pool, right? Okay, good night.
Okay.
Good night.
Okay,
Bye.
Everyone. Bye. Bye.
All right.